So you seat high above a broken heart. You can feel with love. So here's his heart. I build an altar here. It's bruised, it's scarred. Still I build this altar here. Father, consume me. Come move me. Breathe life into me. Here on this altar. Father, consume me.
Morning. Forgive me. Forgive me because we always meet at 7:30. Everyone knows that 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're always here. But this morning, when I tell you that the enemy came in like a flood, it is now what God says, I will lift up the standard. And so despite what it is, I have to do my assignment. You guys are my assignment. You are my assignment no matter what is going on in my life around me. You are my assignment. And so I want to say good morning to you all. Good afternoon, good evening. I am supposed to be traveling right now. I'm supposed to be traveling right now. And I'm going to get back to that. I promise you. I'm going to just do my assignment. But God said, despite how you feel, someone needs to hear this. And so here we are. I want to say thank you so much for just being patient with me. Thank you so much for being part of this movement. And I say, God has a word indeed. I want you to click tag and share because I still have to do my assignment despite what it is this morning. Yeah, it's true. I need you guys right now, all of my intercessors, I need you to be on deck right now. Every intercessor right now, I need you guys to be on deck. Every intercessor right now, I need you to be on deck. Every intercessor right now, I need you guys to be on deck. Each and every one of them. Shane, be on deck. My husband, Apostle Fred D. Gooden, pray right now. I know the vein in which I speak. I speak to the atmosphere right now that I declare and I decree that every principalities, every demonic force, every spiritual wickedness in high places that try to exalt itself against the authority of Jesus Christ, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I serve you notice that the blood still works. I pull off the cloak on every force and every assignment and every weapon that you try to form against the people of God. I set you under my feet. I command your assignment to go to a dry place, not to produce that in which you have set it out for. In Jesus' name, amen. Hear me. It's amazing because I have to do my assignment, despite what it is, despite how I feel. And so what I need you guys to do is click tag and share. To each and every person under the sound of my voice, and you are watching me from another country, it is so honored to see you all. To everyone who is going to watch the replay, and even those that waited patiently, May the blessings of the Lord meet your need in your life. I woke up this morning and the Lord had me, I was tossing and turning over a dream that the Lord had given me. Ashika Clark, I'm so honored to hear your wonderful testimony. And so as I begin to deal with what the Lord was showing me with this dream, I woke up this morning and it was like a force. Boom. And I said, God, what in the world? And I had to stop what I was doing and I had to go into prayer, because you got to be careful, because the word of God said it's not the big foxes that spoil the vines, but it's the little ones. And when you see those little darts, those little daggers, when you find that the enemy can use anybody, when he could use people, places, and things, he could use emails, text messages, he can use phone calls, he could use your husband, your wife, he could use the kids, he could use the dog, he could use anything and anybody. But his timing is incredible, because he throws that dart when God says speak. He throws that dart when God says it's your season. He throws that dart. And most of us are not being careful of his devices, because the blow and the impact is already too late. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is, doing your day-to-day activity, ask God to reveal the dart. And whatever enemy throws it, allow him, as sure as the sun rises behind me, to reveal who's throwing the dagger. Because God said he'll allow you in the spiritual realm to catch it and still do the assignment. So here I am, as the servant of the Most High God. I am doing my assignment. And simply because of my obedience, watch and see what happens in your life today. Amen. I want to say to every click, tag, and share, we're going to Genesis. We're going to the book of Genesis 32. Get your coffee, get your teas, and get me tonight. We're having Bible study. Please be there. And please mind yourself and govern yourself that God is definitely real. We're praying for the world at large, because so many things are happening, not just the White House, but in your house. And God is saying, yeah, I'm coming to your house. I'm shaking things up. And so God says to tell you this scripture, to go to Genesis 32. Get your coffee, teas, and me. Thank you. I need my intercessors that are be on deck. Please just continue to pray. I've got to give you this word, and then I got to do my assignment and continue to do what I'm doing. God bless you, Mother Adele, because we're going to talk about something right now. Genesis 32 and 22 says this. Listen to me, please. Turn up your volume. And I want you to tag about 2 people. Thank you, God. The night Jacob got up, and what he did, don't try this at home, he took 2 wives, his 2 female servants, and his 11 sons, and crossed the ford of Jabbok. After he sent them across the stream, he set over his possessions. So Jacob was left by himself. Those of you who are by yourself. See, God will pull you away from somebody for a period of time to get you by yourself. Watch this. There is a difference between being isolated, but God sending you by yourself to teach you something for yourself. And so he said, now what I want you to do, I want you to be by yourself just for a period of time, because I've got to show you something. And the man, what he did, he wrestled by himself. How many of you in a fight by yourself? You raise your hand. No, you're not. What happened is he wrestled this man until daybreak. You see the sun? Which simply means he wrestled with a figure. He wrestled spiritually with something. I want to speak to those of you who understand. I'm going to say some verbiage, because we've got people who are over in Jamaica and they say the witch ride my back. And so that terminology is when you are sleeping and you feel a force. Now, you don't have to be Jamaican to understand this. Everyone knows, or some people know, when you're laying down and you're sleeping and something jumps on you and you fighting and you struggling, and the only thing you can do is you can get the crevice of your mouth and say Jesus, and you warn and you go Jesus, and finally go Jesus, and you break out of it because something done crawled up and just got you bound to the bed. You try to lift up your head and it pulls it back. If those who understand about our voice know what I'm talking about, you need to go ahead and smile, because this is real. This individual, someone said, yes, Lord, this individual wrestled with an angel. He wrestled with him until daybreak. When the man saw that he could not overpower Jacob. See, people know what I'm talking about. Those of you watch the number, see, understand the real page. You can watch the number and I go live, set your notification. And so those who understand what's happening right now, this man could not overpower him. He could not even touch him. He said, where did you get this strength from? And who are you that you can wrestle me all night long? To my husband, Apostle Fred, God bless you, I honor you, sir. Who are you? What kind of individual are you that you could endure hardship like a good soldier? What kind of individual are you? You're quite strange that you could wrestle me like this. He fought with him until daybreak in the middle of the night. He fought with him. Oh, remember getting that phone call in the middle of the night? Watch the sunrise behind me. He fought with him all night long. What manner of man is this that I cannot subdue him or her? Who is this? What I'm going to do, I am going to hold him down. No, you are not. I'm going to wrestle you. Well, since I cannot overtake you, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to fight you fair. Boop, he touched the hip. He touched the socket. And what happened, people of God, he touched the socket of Jacob's hip because he realized, I've got to do something to win this fight. I've got to fight you unfair. I've got to come in the form of a loved one. I've got to fight you unfairly. I've got to let you lose your job. I've got to fight you unfair. We bend, but we don't break. God, I've got to fight you unfair. I've got to do something because you've been walking the floor all night long trying to see what is this that's overtaking me? What is overtaking my mind? I don't have strength. What is this unfair? This person has supernatural strength. Let me fight them unfairly. All of my unfair fighters, this is your segment of the message. So he touched the hip bone, and all of something, his hip bone, it fell out of socket. It fell out of wrench. But he still wrestled him. Watch the sun. He still wrestled this man all night long. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Some of you under the sound of my voice been wrestling with stuff and you said, let me go. If you've ever seen warfare, God knows we're in it now. Loose and let it go. Understand there is something about when God says loose it and let it go. Lazarus, he understands this. And God is saying, despite what it is, that's right. God says loose it and let it go. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm still not going to let you go. And the man said again, let me go. For watch the sun. I told you it was going to come up. It is daybreak. R.L. Nielsen, it's daybreak. Aren't you tired? No, I'm not. I'm not going to let you go. Jacob replies, until you bless me. I'm not going to give up this fight until you bless me. I'm not letting go of this thing until you tell me what it is. You came here to give me something. Now give it to me. I am not going to let you go until you bless me. Tired. I'm tired. What is your name? You are desperate for something because you won't let go of your circumstances. You are desperate to hold on to something because I'm trying to force you to let it go. You're desperate for something. I need all of my desperate, disabled folks under the sound of my voice to smile. Hear me? And my name is Jacob. My name is Israel. My name is the 2,700 people who are under the sound of my voice who waited patiently. My name is, say your name. And the man said, you're incredible. Incredibly desperate and now disabled. He said, your name should no longer be Jacob because that doesn't fit you well. In the middle of your wrestling, God said newness is coming. And what I've got to do, I've got to give you a new name befitting to you, Israel. The reason why I'm going to call you Israel, Golda, we're praying for you, baby. I see you. Because you have struggled with God. And with humans. And you have overcome them. But it's something when you wrestle with God, King Cedric James. Why do you call and ask me my name? You must have knew it when you brought all this calamity. You must have knew who I was, or you wouldn't be here. Everyone put your name in the comment section. Then bless me here. If I'm all of that and you came here because you didn't go to any other house, you didn't come to any other door, you came here. And so I know why you're here. You're here to bless me. And so my desperation came because you were here. Got me in this struggle. My desperation came because God wouldn't let me go through this unless there was a blessing attached to it. Now, bless me. May the Lord add a blessing to the reading of the word. If you allow me for a period of time to tell you, you're disabled does not disqualify you. I'm going to say this because most of you have heard the story, but if you allow me to put a little spin on it. Most of us are disabled. Now, wait a minute. Don't get offended. Because yesterday I told you about my friend that had autism. Maybe that's your story or maybe not. Disabled means that you're not able to function normally, which means something happened in your life to disrupt your normal. God, if y'all don't understand that we are now living in a new normal, we've all been now in a place of this normal because the normal life as we know it has now been disabled. We were able to breathe, get some air, but now we have now been disabled because the functionality of getting fresh air has been moved. Everybody's 6 feet social distance now. God said now that we are now disabled, it still doesn't disqualify you for me to bless you. Y'all don't understand that I've been disabled. You've been disabled because now you're thrust into a new life. You've been disabled because now I've got to function like this. You've been disabled because now you got surgery. And when you could go downstairs and get you a little sandwich, you can't even make a sandwich. You got to call the kids. You've been disabled because now they were supposed to go into the classroom. And you mean I got to learn algebra? I ain't seen math in years. You've been disabled. Now you've been divorced. Okay, hold on, all the divorce people you on here. You've been divorced and now you got to function. I got with the new normal and they ain't in your house no more, breadwinner or not. You've been disabled because now the doctor said, I've got to diagnose you with something. You've been disabled because the mama used to call up and say, hey, how you doing? You can't do that no more. Go to her. You've been disabled because how about this? God got you a new spiritual level and you don't know how to function in it. But you've been disabled. Understand this. Jacob was put into a position where God allowed him to be disabled. Now watch this. Y'all don't get it. They don't get it. How many of you understand the sound that is coming under my voice? With 3,000 people watching me, God said the disableness. How about if I told you I did it? I had to disable, to disassemble. I had to disable. I got to break you down to build you up. How about I had to disable you so you could qualify? That's why you don't get sad when somebody tell you no, because every detour takes you to a positive. Yes, hear me. You've been in a position of being disabled. Disabled means I'm not able to function normally as I normally would. Disabled means I've got to function now without no job and trust the provider. I've got to be disabled for a season. Hear me. Why would God allow this angel to come to Jacob's house? He had him come for 2 reasons. He had him come because he had a situation, but he had to come to give him a new name. He even had to come to say, because of that, I'm going to give you this. And God is saying, disabled doesn't disqualify. It in fact points you to the blessing. See, that's why you got to be careful when God is elevating. I'm going to say this and you ain't going to like it, but it's okay. Did you know when God disables some things, he disassembles the other thing, which simply means I'm disabling you to reassemble you for the season of now. He said, now what I've got to do, I've got to give you a new name, God. He said, I've got to give you a blessing simply because you understood. Any way you bless me, Lord, I'm going to be satisfied. Well, how about God says the blessing going to come when I disassemble and disable you, God, because you was heading for destruction. And God is saying the disableness doesn't disqualify you. I keep telling y'all you don't like it. I am clinically and I am dyslexic. Somebody said, well, Pastor, you shouldn't tell nobody that you dyslexic. Why can't I tell people I'm dyslexic? Child, please don't ask me to spell nothing. Don't ask me to put something in a sentence. And please don't ask me about punctuation. Just read it the way it is and get the... Understand the disableness did not disqualify me for being great to the nations. It did not disqualify me for getting accepted to one of the biggest fashion houses in the world. It did not disqualify me for God to use me. Disqualification is the best education God could show you he works best in. A mic drop. Hear me. Y'all think the enemy is slick? No. I want him to understand something. He tried to disable me this morning, but he got himself punched in the face with my prayers. Hear me. You don't understand. I'm coming with razor blades and lemon juice simply because the enemy tried to disable me. Some of you under the sound of my voice, you need to stop all this crying because your dysfunction. So what? It doesn't disqualify God for blessing your life. It don't disqualify you because you don't get it. He said you gon' get it. The greatest lessons happen in a situation when you're disabled. Watch this. The Wright brothers tried with the plane flying over my head to build an assembly line called the plane, and it didn't take flight until they had to reassemble it and break it down. It did not disqualify them because they didn't get the first, second, third, fifth plane right. Hear me. And God is saying what I'm doing. Okay. He said, trust me in the reassembly line. Trust me when I'm reassembling you. Trust me, 3,100 folks, when I'm reassembling you in your season of disable. Now someone says, no, I don't like it. It ain't supposed to be comfortable. Where's my man, Jonathan Reynolds? You better keep on walking with your limp. Limp on with your bad self, with your cricket letter, I little limp. You better drag yourself to the altar. You done drug yourself to the bar. It ain't work. You know you dragging yourself down to the doctor's office. You better keep on walking with your limb. Because the disabled don't disqualify you. The disabled actually bless you. Have you ever, watch this, have you ever did a mistake and it was the best mistake you've ever tripped upon in your life? See, the disableness will trip you into the biggest blessing ever. See, it was the disableness. Can you trust God on the assembly line? Can you trust him on the assembly line? Well, what do you mean, woman of God? The assembly line is when he's got to put stuff back together again. See, understand this. This man wrestled because, let me ask you a question. You're wrestling because, are you wrestling because you know your God is able to supply your needs according to the riches and glory? Are you wrestling because, that's why he tell you, do not be weary in well-doing, for you shall reap. Y'all get it? If you faint not. Jacob did not faint in the wrestling. He hold on tighter. Y'all don't know what God is saying. He said, in this assembly line, hold on tighter. But y'all get tired, and that's why there's no reward. I'm tired. I'm tired of this church. I'm tired. No, I ain't tired. I ain't tired at all. When a boxer get tired, you know what he does? He leans on his opponent to get a little strength for the next round. But what y'all done did, watch the sunrise. Y'all say, I'm tired, and you give up. And that's why God said, if you get weary in well-doing, how you gonna reap something in the middle of time? You better go somewhere and take a nap and get up and say, I'm swinging. I'm running for my life. I'm running for my life. I'm going old school. I'm running for my life. Where my old school? I'm running for my life. If anybody asks me, y'all know that. What's wrong with me? Just tell them I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized. I got Jesus on my side and I'm running for my life. Child, you done slow down. You slow down in the middle of stride because you done had your little pity heart. This thing here, this heart, yeah, you done slow down in mid-stride. And God said, wait, hold on. You missed it. You weren't supposed to slow down in mid-stride. You were supposed to pick up speed because you're close to the finish line. And y'all let folks get you tripped up. Y'all better stop this mess and put on your good running shoes and run, Forrest, run. Y'all don't understand. If he would have got tired, he wouldn't have got blessed. But he realized I'm here
for a minute, he realized something. He said that if I let you go, he said, but I'm not going to let you go because I'm not stupid. I'm not going to let you go because I ain't weak. I ain't going to let you go because I know why you're here. Y'all don't understand. Y'all trying to question God. Well, why am I in this situation? If you're supposed to be God, well, what's happening? I don't know. I'm uncomfortable. We just become a bunch of spiritual spoiled brats. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. Bring it on. And God said to me, he said, you better not let me go. Whatever you do, don't let go of my hand. And most of you, you letting go of his hand, and he can't touch you in the socket. It was the socket that God said the disabledness allowed him to see. This man ain't playing with me. The disableness means, no, you serious about this thing. Yeah, I'm serious. You're going to deliver me, God. Yeah, I'm serious. I ain't going nowhere till you bless me. Yeah, I'm serious. You're going to change my circumstance. Yeah, I'm serious. See, the socket show. The spirit of the living God. I'm serious about you. And some of you, you ain't serious enough. You let go when you stop your toe. You let go if the doctor said. You let go without no job. You got a part-time relationship with a full-time God that said, you done let me go. I ain't going nowhere. You got to take a page out of Jacob's book where he said, I ain't going to let you go until you bless me. He said, I know why you're here. He said, oh, wow. Looky. You just desperate something. See, desperation. Hold on now, side chick. This is your segment of the message. Desperation to something calls for desperate measures. You know that ain't your husband, but rent gonna be. What is true? Your rent got to be paid in a couple days. Desperate, no child. If you were smart, you'd say, I'm gonna hold on to God. He gonna supply the need. For his wife punches all in the face. You don't like what I'm saying? It's okay. Come back tomorrow. You might be all right. But you don't understand that God is saying, folks don't get it. The blessing is in the disqualification. If y'all don't get the message that I always preach, don't take my stuff now. Hashtag CCM. Reject me now, respect me later. And God said I had them reject you to put you in a place where they respect you. What's up, husband? How you doing? And God is saying, you ain't disqualified. We're all my homeowner. You better go ahead and just jingle your keys because you just got disqualified. Hold on to disqualification was simply for God to show you. I said that one. Y'all don't get it. The doctor said, tell me what the doctor said. The doctor said, I got 6 months to live, and you've been running around here with a bonnet on your head for 6 additional months, including a year. God says, I can extend the doctor's report out. Hold on about heal God, heal God, heal Jesus. Hey, Birdie, how you doing, Birdie? I'm sorry. Heal Jesus, heal Lord, heal. God says, I'm already healing. See, you try to dictate how you're healing. It's supposed to come 3,300 folks under the sound of my voice. How about the healing was? The doctor gave you a year, and I did a Hezekiah blessing and gave you 3 more years. Heal. God says, why y'all always trying to dictate how I'm supposed to bless you? Why don't you sit back, trust me, and let me do my job? Let me do my job, Michelle. Let me do my job, Karen, Fred. Let me do my job. Y'all trying to dictate the Most High that shines brighter than the sun. How the sun's supposed to shine on your side of the house? God said, please, y'all all disabled because y'all don't know that I'm able. He said, but I got to put you in a place to show you I am God. Disqualification is a good thing. We're trying to tell that to the woman that's trying to go back to school. God told me to spoke over life, look down, and she to tell you, yeah, God is real. God is saying in this season, you've got to be disqualified so I can show the world that you are qualified. See, when you are in a place of being disabled, it simply means that God does that to show you he's able. Watch this. I know someone that is blind. Most of us got eyes and we still can't see. But I want to speak about the person who was born with that deformity. Because if you don't know nothing about the blind, when they are disabled in one location, God has to raise up another. Because the sight of him is no longer able to see stuff, but he can hear quicker than you can with two eyes. God says in this season, I've got you in a place of being disabled so I can make other areas in your life able to qualify that ain't got nothing to do. They still can do the job. Watch this. Some of you don't get it. God said, I've got to put you in a place where you're not able to function normally so I can raise up the area that you lack and make it strong. Oh, hold on. Where's everybody like wearing a cane? Yeah, okay, Michelle, do it right now. 37, do it now, Michelle. Do it now for the qualification to apply. I want you to understand something. Those of you who ever broke your foot, if you're walking with a cane, they tell you to take the cane and put it on the other leg, not the one that is broken, Shanita Timer. He said, put it on the other one because the other one takes the weight off of the one that's good so it can hold on to the one that's bad. And y'all trying to tell God how to bless you and things ain't going right. He said, how you know that ain't my will? He said, hear me. I don't disqualify you. He said, what I'm doing is I'm sharpening you in the other area. I got so we can now have a balance. Go on, walk with your limp. Watch this. You still can get where you're going. Go on and walk with your limp. You still got 2 eyes and concubines. It ain't stopping nothing. You still making babies. And Jacob, Lord knows, this man walked with his lip. But he got what he wanted. Some of you understand my voice. See, you ain't got what you want because you were too afraid to limp. You ain't got what you want because the disableness done took over the whole thing. See, that's the weakling in you. And God says, I got to raise up your strength. He said, listen to me, Paul. I ain't going to take the thorn out your side. He said, but you better learn to deal with it. Well, what are you saying, woman of God? Sometimes God won't change you. He'll change the situation so you can deal with the situation better by giving you a level of strength you didn't know you had. God said they're afraid to walk with the limp. Limp. I ain't afraid of nothing. He wasn't afraid because the Bible said that he wrestled with an angel from night to sun up. God today, he must said, I done been through hell. I ain't going nowhere. Have you ever had somebody say, I ain't going nowhere? Who you talking to? This is the Brooklyn girl in me. Who you talking to? You talking to me? No, you're not talking to me. You're not talking to me because I understand God. I know what he wants and I know what he doesn't want because I stay in his face. And some of you can get what you want if you stay in the Father's face. He'll tell you, go walk with the limp because I'm going to strengthen other areas and you're going to create a good balance and you're going to be all right. But some of you get the slightest headache. Oh, God, I don't want to do this anymore. You get this. You think they're going to really? Yeah. The Holy Spirit just gave me revelation, and it's funny, but I'm going to say it. He said they had. You said to say it, so I'm going to give it to them. And if they receive it, so be it. As your servant, it is my job to give them what you said. They have to receive it. God said to tell you that some of you have become spiritually dyslexic. Spiritual dyslexic. Well, what is that? Me being I am dyslexic. That means I don't see things like normal people. You know how you see the B is different and the D is different. It means I see things backwards. And God says, I put you in a place spiritually high, but you still see yourself as low because you don't get it. You still see yourself as Jacob. And God says, I'm creating Israel because y'all don't get it. You have become spiritually dyslexic because of your flesh. It takes spiritual things to understand the spiritual things of God. And you're still looking at it from fleshly the eyes. That's why you have become, my dear, spiritually dyslexic. You're spiritually dyslexic because God has done a new thing in your life, and your flesh eyes still won't get it. You've got to see it in the spiritual, man. Come on, man. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name ain't Jacob no more. It's Israel. Watch this. I went through hell to get the new name. I went through hell to get the blessing. So now when I get off this mountain by myself, I'm walking as Israel. It's who God says I am when man says that I wasn't. And now God said, you understand. I'm spiritually dyslexic. You are. I don't want to be spiritually dyslexic no more. I am who God says I am. Never mind what man says. I answer to Israel because here is where God is doing a new thing in my struggle. Here is where God is doing a new thing in my flesh. Here, God knows he's doing a new thing right in the middle of this mess. Because I realize you wouldn't come to my door to wrestle me if God didn't send you. Oh, did you know that Jacob and Job had the same experience? Watch this. God will send some stuff simply to bless you that you don't understand. Watch this. He said, who you looking for? You looking for who, Job? Well, have you considered this man? Why? Hold on, God, I don't want to dote no more. It's too hard. COVID is kicking my tail. Oh, Lord, this math. I ain't seen a math project in years. Y'all sit down. Take the dog out of the camera and pay attention to your teachers. And God is saying, now they don't get it. Nothing happens unless I allow it. I sent the angel to remind him who he was. I sent the angel to bless him. He could have looked at the angel and said, get. But he said, no, it's a reason you here. And that's why I ain't going to let you go. Because I know God sent you. Y'all messed up stuff that God sent you because you're spiritually dyslexic. You think it's going to hurt you. Hold on, pay attention, come closer. Job, hold on, Job. What's up, Job? How you doing? Job ain't bothering nobody. He giving seeds for his kids. He's a good man. He got cattle, goats, and sheep, and herds, and dogs, and rats, and cats, and rabbits, and all this good stuff, and camels, and servants. And you said, what? Well, have you considered? Wait, hold on now, God, hold on. I love you, but I can't deal with this. I'm letting it happen. Consider him. Wait, hold on. I want to consider him. Wait a minute. But you got a hedge of protection around him, God. You said nothing shall come nigh thee, and now it's coming not to thee. Hold on. God says, because I know him. Now you go to his house and wrestle him and dislocate his situation. And then you go to her house. And I'm going to allow you to take and touch everything they got. Both individuals were allowed to be in a bad situation, but trusted God. Y'all don't get this thing. He said the dislocation in your life now, I've ordained. I've dislocated stuff to disassemble it, to put it back together again. Please don't be spiritually dyslexic. He got it because God said, all of you under the sound of my voice that's going through something, I need you to just go ahead and smile. Even if it hurts you, just smile. Just smile, please smile. All the repay people, you're late. 3,300 people already smiling on your behalf. God said, would you please just smile? He said, smile in the dislocation. Smile because it hurts. Smile because you ever hurt so bad until all you can do is laugh. 3,300 folks on the sound of my voice. Right now, if you're looking at me, those are emojis going up of 3,300 people who are on the spirit of unity. Hear me. God is saying, he did not cry. You ever want to punch somebody in the face so bad until all you do is just laugh? I just want to kill her. You with 3,000 people on the sound of my voice, with 3,000 people following. How you doing, supervisor? Michelle, you just want to just take the jugular by your beautiful manicured hand and just squeeze it. But God says, no. I'm getting ready to disassemble that whole job. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bless you with all that mess going on. Hold on. You mean to tell me, God, that you are allowing this? See, don't be spiritually dyslexic because you're still qualified. You mean to tell me you're going to give her a job that she don't qualify for? Mm-hmm. Because I take the small things to conform the wise. You mean to tell me you gonna let her have a job that she don't qualify for? Yeah, because her character said she could handle it. God said what I'm going to do is let the people of God know is doing the disassemble. I'm assembling. And the disassemble does not disqualify you from God. 3,400 folks, listen to me. God is saying in the disassemble is where I assemble best. With his socket self, he limped into the greatest blessing of his life because he understood. You're here. Now bless me. You need to say, what? I'm going through this. No, Lord, bless me. 37, Michelle, do it now. Or my 37, God, because of this hell today, bless me. I'm giving you an offering. Bless me. And Jacob understood. He said, I ain't letting you go. He had him in the best lock. He had the angel in a serious sleep hole. And the angel said, wait a minute, you ain't letting me go. I ain't gonna even fight you fair. Everybody that right now that's fighting you and they give you that sucker punch, they ain't fighting you fair. God said, hold on. They gonna realize God was with you the whole time. You wanna fight me? What? Nah, see, the devil don't fight fair. That joker sneaky. He's slick. You gotta punch that joker with a 1-2 punch. Ka ka ka. You gotta dip. Ka ka ka. You gotta what? Ka ka ka. And sometimes you just gotta go bang. But God said, your enemies don't even want to fight you fair. But they gonna know that there's a God. Because you still gonna be in a fight. See, people ain't looking at you in your fight. They don't care if you get knocked down. They watching to see if you, they getting back up. They get back up. They get back up. And he said, wait a minute. This ain't gonna knock you down. Oh, let me bless you right now. It ain't gonna knock me down. Now give me mine. Some of you need to just say, no, give me mine, God. Give me mine. And because of this punch I got this morning, nah, God. Give me mine. With reverence, Father. And some of you just give up in the fight. Just, man, forget it. And God said the race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but to the one that's enduring to the end. And that's why the enemy attacks you during mid-stride, because he knows you got to pick up speed. So if he can fight you fair and trip you up, you won't win the race, because the race is not given to the swift nor to the strong. The endurance is the endurance is in your mind. That I'm going to mentally prepare myself for the fight. That I'm going to have a plan A, B, C, A, and Z. He says, mentally, you got to prepare for the punch. Mentally, sometimes you got to say, okay, I know what the doctor said. Let me prepare myself. See, understand that when you go through anything, you got to prepare your mind for the fight. Understand that when you're going through a fight, child, let me tell you something. Have you ever been in something and, child, that adrenaline start to flow? And God said, spiritually, let your faith be your adrenaline. And God said, he let his adrenaline. You ain't going to let me go until you bless me. That adrenaline was saying, I'm going through hell right now. The desperation and the adrenaline and the faith was working at the same time. He said, I ain't letting you go. You got what? Have you ever, let me tell you something. I remember a long time ago when I was in a fight, right? Because I told you I used to like to fight. I still fight, but I fight in the spiritual realm now. 3,300 people. I remember when I used to fight, and my adrenaline would be flowing. And I remember one time, this girl, she bit me. She bit the heifer bit me. She bit me, but listen, this is my truth. She bit my breast. So she bit me to the point where it was flesh. At Lafayette Park. Everybody in Brooklyn. I was at Lafayette Park. I was fighting Monique. And I'm telling you, she bit me because she was doing that windmill thing. And I was going like this. And she was doing that windmill thing. And when she went like this, I just came up and said, bow. And she grabbed me like this. And she bit my breast, heifer. And I was in Lafayette Park. Man, when I tell you, I want to hit that girl with one of them, see, back in the day, swings used to be steel with the chain on it. I want you to just take that swing, go, bow. But I didn't do that. So what she did is, the joker fought me unfair. She just grabbed me. She did. Y'all laughing at me. That's all right. But my adrenaline was flowing. And Kenya was like, oh my gosh, you bleeding. And when she was running, I was like, man, I ain't gonna even touch her, because Kenya's like, yo, you bleeding? I was like, oh, shoot, this heifer bit me. And so I held my little training bra, and I ran 450 Clinton Avenue between Gates and Green, and I was like, yo, Ma. She was like, oh, my gosh. And so she fought me unfair. But my adrenaline did not. Why y'all laughing at me? Y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that. That's okay. You got medicine. And so it did not let me realize that I had been bitten. Like some people, when you got shot and you hear to tell a story, your adrenaline's like, oh, yo, son, son. Your adrenaline. And God says, you got a spiritual adrenaline in your faith that says, I ain't letting you go, God, till you bless me. Y'all laughing at me? I don't even care. It's my truth. And God says, where's your adrenaline? Where is it? The kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violence taken by force. See, you got to understand how bad you want something. Oh boy, want this. Oh boy, want the United States so bad until he doing anything. He ain't fighting fair. That's why y'all need to please go out and vote. Please vote. 3,400 people understand my voice. Y'all better vote. I don't want 4 more years of this before we know something. And so he ain't fighting fair. People that know that had to get shit. People, watch this. People who know they're going to lose will fight you unfair. The angel knew, I'm not winning this. This is not fair. This is not a man. His spiritual adrenaline was saying, I ain't letting you go. He realized, okay, this ain't going to end well for me. He said, now bless me. He called me Baby Mike Tyson. Now bless me. Some of you crying. And the enemy say, yup, they still weak. Yup, they still weak. Nah, ain't no weak about me, son. Brooklyn Bay, where the burpee at? Child, let me tell you something. Yo, I ain't letting you go. And some of you need to just put a choke, a hole on that Negro. You need to just take the devil and just take him and just cover him up and be like, nah. I ain't no. You done caused enough hell in my life. You done release my child, release my husband, you take your hands off my daughter. You need to just go in with prayer and just let your faith and your adrenaline work and just be like, you ain't going. Because most of you under the sound of my voice, y'all just giving up too quickly and too soon. And God says, I'm sending them there because I want to see if your race will endure until the end. And when you be swift and when you be strong, then I can reward you. I am Pastor Jameliah, young Gooden. And every time you click my button, I'm going to tell you the truth. The devil has a new fight on his hand. Go back and fight him because he ain't fighting you fair. He's saying you ain't qualified. He's saying you ain't qualified for a blessing. Look at everything you did. He ain't fighting you fair. He bringing up everything from your past. You ain't fight. Well, you ain't do this. Or you ain't do that. Your disqualification don't disqualify you. You can't do this. And you can't pray. And you can't fast. And you don't even. You don't like that. And he be talking to you. Disabled doesn't disqualify you. It puts you in a position to get the best blessing of your life if you just don't let go. I am Pastor Jameliah. We seed 37 will follow with the seed of 7 of any increments. It's the increments that prophetically pleases God in this ministry. It's for a reason. He's given me instruction for your blessing. I love you. God bless you. Keep me in prayer.